He said ever since the day he told me he didn't feel the same anymore, he hasn't been able to stop thinking about me. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. Today's video should be relatively short and sweet. I just wanted to talk about the fact that you can never fail manifesting what it is that you want. It's okay to make mistakes. You'll still get everything that you want. But where people end up giving up is that the quote unquote failure is because they fail to actually realize who they are and what reality is. Once you make that shift, it wouldn't matter how many times you supposedly failed or the opposite happened, whether this is with a relationship with your specific person, something with finances, something with your health, literally anything that you could desire. Because the reason why it's impossible to lose it altogether unless you choose to give up is because the end exists. The same way when we've talked about if you're traveling somewhere, the city that you're traveling to, even if you get lost, no matter how many times you get lost, it's still there. It didn't blow up. And it's the same with your whatever it is that you want to manifest. Your reality is always aligning to you. And it's okay if you make mistakes. The only the only thing that happens if you make a lot of mistakes and you refuse to let go of the old thought patterns and the old behaviors and the habits that are causing you to continue to make the mistakes, is that you might just get so drained by the process that you're just tired of it and you just give up. And that's a decision, that's a choice also. Divine timing, it's a decision. To me, sometimes with divine timing, because that's something that just popped in my head, so one of you may need to hear that. Divine timing is just another decision and assumption that you're making. Okay, anyway, let me get further into this. I'm going to share a little bit of movement that one of my clients had. If you love me, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps my channel grow. I appreciate you for that. If you want me to be your coach to help you manifest literally anything at all in your reality, I know that I can help. Email a short description to kim@coreunion. Excuse me. Email a short description to kim@coreunion.com. My scheduling assistant will get back to you with my next available after you book your session at coreunion.com, and you can book either a single session or a package. Okay, I need to slow down a little bit. When things seem to appear to go against what you're manifesting, it's not that your manifesting is failing. Your old assumptions and your old manifestation, the old story is crumbling and failing. It's a good thing. When the old story and your old previous manifestations are crumbling, you may see the effect of that. And it might come with, for example, with your person, that you guys end up fighting again over the same exact thing that you thought you already got past, that you see evidence of something that was exactly what you were fearful of. It's not that your manifestation is failing, excuse me, your old reality is crumbling. It's getting dismantled. This is why it's actually a good thing. So this is where you want to just hold steady, keep yourself firmly planted in embodying the new version of you, the version of you that has everything that you want. That version of you is peaceful, content, happy. That version of you knows his or her or their value and worth, and also trusts in their ability to manifest, trusts that their reality is always aligning, your reality is always aligning to you, and knows that you wouldn't have the desire unless it existed, because that is the whole entire purpose of the desire. If you choose to give up on what it is that you're manifesting, that's not a failure either. If you get to a point where you just decide, I've done enough and I know that all of this is real. I see my power, but I just choose to be with someone else. If your body, mind, and soul are, if you're feeling that deep within you, then listen to it. But If it's just your fear talking, which is in most cases, it's just your ego saying you're never going to be able to be with your person because you're afraid, because again, your old manifestation is crumbling, then I wouldn't give up. I would keep persisting. I want to read something that one of my clients just wrote to me to inspire you. So she wrote, "Hi, Kim, I have an update for you, and it's a good one. Since our last session, I've seen major movement with my love. I had an impromptu trip to my city. I wasn't planning on going, but something nudged me to take the step. I was also missing my pets, so I booked a ticket for a Friday and informed him that I'd be coming that day. He said he had to return to his city, but could postpone by a day. That made me feel a little sad since I had already booked my tickets. But then I decided to shift things and booked an earlier flight, one for Tuesday. I was anxious the entire time, but I kept affirming, of course, he wants to meet me as much as I want to meet with him. He's just as desperate to see me." And it worked. We had a wonderful time together. He gave me a long, warm hug. We only got to spend 2 days together, but it was exactly how I had imagined it. He constantly held my hand when we were out and even gave me kisses. On our last day together, he brought up something I had been afraid of. He said his father is completely against us being together. And the reason was something I had dreaded for a long time. It was about my sister's divorce. His father apparently said he cannot accept it at all. My love also told me he feels confused. He said ever since the day he told me he didn't feel the same anymore, he hasn't been able to stop thinking about me, that he's missed me every single day. While leaving, he said he wants to give me all the happiness, but just doesn't know how. I've revised the entire scene in my mind a couple of times now. I know and trust the situation is working out in my favor. I just don't know how to incorporate this new movement into my daily practice. I'm really looking forward to our next session to talk about this in more detail. So how you incorporate this last thing in your daily practice is you just keep going to the end, like I showed you in the first session, and then you ended up seeing all of this wonderful internal shifts within you, and then your reality aligned to you. You allowed yourself to feel deeply into being with your mirror soul after they told you, or he told you, that he didn't feel the same. And you learned that ever since that day, while you've been doing your inner work, he's also been feeling you deeply. Now you take the power away from your fear, number one, and number two, you take you take the power out of the father's hands. You're giving all of your power away to his father, and you're also not seeing your person as being strong, independent, confident, secure, a man that doesn't allow anyone or anything to get in the way of the love of his life. That's all you need to do. But do that. You only need to do that once. And if you want, I would even take it to the next level and imagine that the father absolutely loves you and supports the two of you guys together and is in your corner. But if that's too much at first, obviously you can just apply what I just said. I have another client that with her mirror soul, she's got all of the love confession from her mirror soul. He's deeply, deeply, deeply in love with her. He's told her he wants to spend his life with her. He wants to have children. He sees her as a wonderful, incredible wife and mother. And it's been unfolding and it's powerful, deeper than ever. There was a cultural thing very similar to this where someone in his family was against something that she was afraid of. She got past that. It doesn't matter. The For her mirror soul, none of what the family says in terms of this cultural taboo, it doesn't matter because he's a strong man and he loves her. And she's gotten all of the evidence of that in her 3D, and they're just getting closer and closer. So anyway, I intend that this helped. Remember that you're never failing. Your old story is failing. So let the old story go, let it crumble, let it get dismantled. It's a good thing. Remember to not worry if you made mistakes because you're always just one shift away from really knowing your power. So don't worry about that. The city's still there. It didn't blow up if you got lost along the way. You have to treat it as I know that it's hard in the moment, but you do have to treat it as this doesn't matter because I trust so deeply in myself, in our relationship, and anything else, of course, if you're manifesting money, health, success, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. So here's an affirmation for you. I love that my reality is easily and always conforming to me in every way. And obviously, if you need me, just reach out. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.